Hi everybody, thank you for joining me on my latest video. I hope you're all well and dandy out there in Beatles land, fellow record collectors, fellow YouTubers, members of the VC and anybody else that loves music and loves watching people talk about records. Well, as I'm recording this is Saturday morning and there is a gale blowing in the UK. So if you hear any strange noises, it's the wind outside. And I've got to go to work in a bit, so I thought I'd just do a video before um, I go to work. Right, so this is going to be the rest of my stepdad's record collection that he gifted me. Now, I'm not quite sure what's in this lot because this is the bits that I haven't technically looked at yet. Just bear with 1 sec. So it could be some really good stuff, or it could be middle of the road stuff, or it could be maybe even stuff destined for the charity shops. I don't know. So far, I've found some really nice records in here. Found lots of Elvis, some ska, some reggae, things like that. So far, everything's been okay, but I think this could be a bit of a hit and miss one. But I hope you'll enjoy it. I mean, just because I don't like something doesn't mean people out there don't like it, or vice versa. So we're going to kick off with this one. So this is Rocking with Jerry Lee Lewis. A whole lot of shaking going on. Brown-eyed handsome man. Just bear with 1 sec. Let me just put my glasses on. That's better. This is on Mercury. Roll Over Beethoven, Memphis High School Confidential. Johnny Be Good, Great Balls of Fire. So there's some nice songs on here. Like I said, it is on Mercury and it says price code XL 636300. Now, to me, this looks like it's probably a 70s pressing. So whether this is re-recordings or a compilation, I don't honestly know because, like I say, I haven't played this, I haven't cleaned this. Everything so far that I've shown on the other two videos, I've cleaned and played, or cleaned them anyway and played a few. Now, this has got lots of marks on it, but it is on Mercury. It says published 1964 and 1966. 1964 and 1965. So I think these are sort of like re-recordings of some of his rock and roll hits. But around this time, he started being more of a sort of like country starting to. So whether it's still rock and roll versions or his versions with a more country style. But it's a good photo on the front. Don't know if it's worth anything. And really, I don't care because, like I say, these have been gifted to me. Then we've got 4 rock and roll legends recorded live in London, April 1977. So you've got Warren Smith, never heard of him. Buddy Knox, I've heard of him. Charlie Feathers and Jack Scott. And this is on EMI. So am I being ignorant or rude saying I wouldn't consider them legends as such? Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley, people like that I would class as legends, to be honest. But then again, this is probably stuff that I've never heard of before. And this is actually on the Harvest label. That's strange, isn't it? And that, yeah, it does need a clean, but it looks in really nice condition. Harvest is getting quite a collectible record label now, because it was like EMI's progressive rock label, wasn't it, sort of thing, back in the day. Walter Smith, Jack Scott, Charlie Feathers and Buddy Knox. Didn't Buddy Knox do Party Doll? Looking at the track listing on here, I don't really know any of these, to be honest. But once I've cleaned it and played it, I think that is probably going to be one that I will like. See, this is a fascination when somebody gives you a record collection and it's stuff that you've never heard of in it as well. I think we've done most of the popular stuff, to be honest. Then this is how you learn things, isn't it? The Jets, 100% cotton. I can't remember the Jets. These were like a bit like the Stray Cats, but a British version, if that makes sense. And this is also on EMI. Side 1, Love Makes the World Go Round. I'm Just a Score. Yes Tonight, Josephine. I think that was a hit for them. Your Heart, Old Man Mo's, Shout Shout, side two is Take Me Back Baby, The Honey Dripper, Love Bug, Love Ain't Meant That Way, Hardaway, and Slipping Out Tonight. So it's Ray Cotton on guitar, Bob Cotton slap bass, and Tony Cotton on drums. So were they all brothers? You tell me, were these brothers, or were they made up names like on the Ramones? They all called it Johnny Ramone and things like that, weren't they? When was this? 1982 on EMI. Again, a little bit dusty, but quick wipe over, and I think that's good to go, to be honest. Again, it's probably not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I can remember these, and I think Yes Tonight Josephine, is it Yes Tonight Josephine? I think that did actually get quite high in the charts, and I can remember these being on top of the pops. And I've got a very, very vague memory that when I was about 15, we was in a club somewhere. It was on the East Coast, and I think these were the band that was playing in the club. So whether that was before they'd had the hit or not, but I can remember my mum going, "Oh yeah, I know them." Then this is a really, really strange one. This is an Ace of Base, the band, and this is advanced DJ copy only. Living in Danger, old school mix and old school radio mix. Living in Danger, D House mix short version, a new Buddha version. Ace of Base probably best known for All That She Wants Is Another Baby, want really. They're big in the day though, aren't they? And this is on a 12-inch 45 RPM record. Anybody got any information on this one? I've never actually heard of that. I've never heard of that song. So you get 4 songs, but it's 4 versions of the same song. Now that is something I would have expected to be in my stepdad's record collection. What's that one? That one's not very good. Then you've got Bison Bop, the bop that never stopped, for a real rocking cat, volume 27. Again, this has got a lot of people on that I've never heard of. You've got Harold Lee, Tommy Duncan, the Monarchs, Bob Fackler, Kenny Welsh, Lucky Moore, Johnny Elmore, Johnny Fresher, Kim Irwin, and Johnny Lando. They're a nice record label, though. Bison. Again, I'm not going to pass judgment on any of these till I've cleaned them and played them. To me, they're just brilliant because I was brought up not only on like hits of the day in the 70s and 80s, but on rock and roll, because my dad loved his rock and roll and my mum loved the rock and roll. They used to go into competitions, doing the jive. Was it the jive, the rock and roll dance? This is what's this one called? Classic rock and roll. So on this you've got Jerry Lee Lewis, Cole Perkins. You've got Charlie Rich, Carl Mann, Roy Orbison, another Jerry Lee Lewis, Billy Lee Riley, Ray Smith, and Warren Smith. Then you've got side tours, Carl Perkins, Carl McCoy, Ray Smith, Carl Perkins again with All Over Beethoven, Carl Mann. I'll put the track list in there for you. That's the thing. What record label is this on? Ocean Records. There is writing on that, by the way. It's just this laptop doesn't like showing you writing. So I think most of this is going to be sort of like rock and roll and rockabilly by the looks of it. Although, having said that, we've just had Ace of Base, so we never know what we're going to find in this. Then you've got Teenage Rock and Roll Party Volume 2, Ace Records. You've got Little Richard on here. You've got Johnny Clinton, The Circles. Again, they're not exactly well-known hits. Boo, Boo, Hoo, I'll never let you go. Little Richard, never heard of that one. But then you've got Little Richard singing Miss Anne. And this is on Ace Records. I won't bother getting many of these out because I think they're all going to be. Club Records presents Solid Jive Volume 1, A Record to Rock To. So you've got Ronnie Self, you've got Ruth Brown, Solomon Burke, Freddie Cannon, Chuck Miller, and Roy Brown. There's any big hits on here. You got Lollipops, Lace and Lipsticks, Jimmy Hughes, Butcher Pete, Roy Brown, Goodman Blues, Roy Brown, Black Diamond, Roy Brown. You got Rocker Checker, Warner Mac. You got Hooray for the Rock. You got Perry Combe on here, Jukebox Baby. Some strange songs on that. What record label is that on? That's on Club Records. I said my stepdad or my stepfather is not as well as he used to be. He's okay, but he used to teach line dancing and things like that. He used to be a dance teacher, so I think he used to use a lot of these for his classes. What's this? From the motion picture Rock, Rock, Rock. I can't even see what's on this. This is how little the writing is on this. But I think this is on Chess. Well, Chess Records was a very well-known record label back in the 50s and early 60s, wasn't it? Didn't Chuck Berry used to be on Chess? That's got some marks on it. That's got some marks on, but it just needs a clean. Yeah, that's a nice one. I mean, I'm looking at these, and I'm going to be honest with you now, I've never heard of half these people. But that doesn't mean that they're not valuable as in historical, does it? Or, I mean, some of these could be worth quite a lot of money. You've got one here, Rockabilly Fever, and this is on Sun. This is a 10-inch. That is nice. Not nice. Of course, Elvis Presley in America's first few records were on the famous Sun label, weren't they? That is actually quite nice. The only thing is, the songs that are on it I've never heard of. But I say I've never heard of them. I might have. That's the thing, you know, I quite often think, oh no, I've never heard any songs. On a lot of these LPs that I got off my stepdad, I thought I didn't know the songs or the artists, but as soon as they start, I do know some of them. Or you've got Club Records presents Doo Wop, Jive and Stroll. So you've got the Cliftons, you've got the Flamingos, you've got the Elegants, you've got the Roommates, you've got the Platters. I'll do the track listing there. What do you think, folks? Are these records okay? Victor Rock and Rollers. I say Victor, 20 tracks made in England. God, I can't even read the writing on that. That's how small that is. RCA Mono. Actually, that looks like it has actually got some good titles on it. I will try and make this a little bit quicker. If I don't finish this today, I will do a follow-up in the next few days, because I've got another one that I do want to do as well. Phil Spector's Wall of Sound Volume 2, Bobby Socks and the Blue Jeans, featuring Zippity Doo Dah, Zippity Doo Dah, Zippity Day, my oh my. This is on the Phil Spector label as well. Definitely needs a clean. 1963. Although I should imagine this is a reissue, isn't it? Phil Spector. Was he a genius? I suppose in one way he was, because he invented the wall of sound, didn't he? And things like that. But then he got a bit weird, didn't he? Didn't he try and shoot John Lennon during the rock and roll sessions? And then there's accusations made about him, weren't they? Didn't want to supposed to shot a call girl or something. And didn't he try and put his wife at the time on at the Ronette's Ronnie Spector, didn't he try and put her in a glass coffin or something? Allegedly. Hank Ballard and the Midnighters, Singing and Swinging, The Twist, The Twist. That's the track listing on there. Sin Records. That's actually in nice condition. So I think this is going to be sort of like a collection of rock and roll, rockabilly, swing and doo-wop, isn't it? Rockabilly with Benny Joe, original 50s recordings. Where will be getting that one out? 20 Great Rockabilly Volume 2, Hits of the 50s. Well, that's quite a nice cover, isn't it? Again, unfortunately, I'm looking at the artists on here and I've never heard of any of them. I'll do that and I'll go slowly. You tell me if you know any of them. I mean, I suppose in America, you might know all of these people. But to me, I've never heard any of them. And again, I don't mean that as in £350. That says there. It's not £3.50, is it? Because there's no dot. £350? Nah, can't be. Was it? I wouldn't have thought so. But you never know. Maybe it was a private press or something. You know, this is what I'm saying. I'm hoping to learn from people out there what these records are. You know, if they're worth keeping. I mean, they might not get rid of them anyway. Saying that there's a few box sets in here that are like Mantovani and things like that, which will probably go to the local charity shop. Rare Rockabilly, Volume 2. Now that says £3.99 on there from a place called Austin's. Again, I've never really heard of any of the people on there. But you know, when I've cleaned these and I start playing them, I bet I have. Johnny Earl, the concert sessions, and that has actually been signed by him. There, look, that is a signature. So who's Johnny Earl? Is he famous? Go Johnny Go. Ain't That a Shame, It's Only Make Believe, Oh Pretty Woman, Great Balls of Fire, Tutti Frutti, Tower of Strength, I'll Be Satisfied, Surrender, Trouble, Stroke Guitar Man, Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, or Shook Up, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, I've Lost You, Pledging My Love, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me and I Just Can't Help Believing. So is he some sort of Elvis imitator? Produced by Kevin Allen and Johnny Earl, KA Management. I don't know. That is the record label. You can see it. So I'm looking out my window. As some of you may know, at the back of me is a great big park, and the trees are going like that. And Beetle Dave has got to go out in a bit and drive his bus. I'm not particularly looking forward to it today, to be honest. And then there's this. This is a strange one to have in here. Michael Jackson Off the Wall. Sold in its millions, didn't it, this? And believe it or not, I don't think I've got a copy of this in my collection. Lots of light marks on it, so I don't know if that's going to ever play or not. But having said that, I will clean it and I will give it a go. I'm not the world's biggest Michael Jackson fan, to be honest. I do like some of the things they did when he was in the Jacksons and the Jackson 5, and I do like some of the things he did as a solo artist, and I even like say what he did with Paul, cousin Paul McCartney. I've got no idea what that one is at all because it's written in French or something. It's on RCA. Don't know. Do you know what that is? Christy Moore, Ride On. Where do I know the name Christy Moore from? Is he like a singer-songwriter? Christy Moore. This is an Irish pressing made in 1984. Irish pressings can sometimes be worth quite a bit of money, can't they? Trying to get so you can see that. To be fair, don't look in too bad a condition, but it hasn't got a inner sleeve with it. I will do a few more, try and make this around the half an hour mark, and then there might be a couple more versions of it. Then you've got Steve Earle and the Dukes. The Hard Way includes The Other Kind of Promise You Anything, and Billy Austin. The Hard Way. That is still sealed. Never been opened. Now the only Steve Earle I can remember is that one that did Jack, Jack, Jack your body, Jack, 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 Jack your body. That was Steve Earle, wasn't it? So I don't think this is the same Steve Earle. It could be, I don't know. Is that a collector's item? Or did it sell in his millions? Or is it the best album I'm going to listen to? Or is it a load of rubbish? This is a strange one. Roosevelt Sykes, Dirty Mother for You. What the hell is this? I have no idea. But there's something in it, so we'll just have a quick look at this. We get... I don't think that's supposed to be in that. That's a completely different record. Who's this? Roosevelt Sykes. Oh, it's on Swing Time. We had another one that's on the Swing Time label, didn't we? 1991, let's see. 1991. That was quite late for vinyl record, wasn't it? 1991. Because that was when them new fangled indestructible things called CDs came out, wasn't it? That was supposed to revolutionise the music industry. What's this one? Bing Crosby, the Mills Brothers, Perry Como, King Cole Trio. At least I've heard of most of the people on that. What label was that on? V-Disc. Music Selection Entertainment and Recreation Branch Special Service Division, ASF. So is this like a forces record for military personnel? I don't know if you can see that. Does need a clean. I don't know. Got a nice cover, nice label. Is it going to sound nice? I won't know till I play it, will I, folks? I won't know till I play it. Hey? LE Commandant Tekiko and the International Orchestra of the Congo and Officers of Africa Music. Full steam ahead. I think, is this techno as in techno music? Made in the EEC. It just says Globe Style, so I have no idea. Made in the EU. Very strange looking record. So, I think we'll look at one more. Then we'll call it a day. West Side Story. Film soundtrack. Associated Recordings Company. Bruce Trent, Lucy Graham. The West Side Story Orchestra. Unfortunately, the cover's not that good. But the record's not in bad condition. So that is side one. And then that is side two. I bet when that's cleaned up, I reckon that'll be quite a nice record to listen to, like a chill out record as I call them sometimes. Shall we have one more, folks? Just one more. The Mario Lanza collection. Well, I have heard of Mario Lanza. He'd got a fantastic voice, hadn't he? And that Oh Solo Mio is what Now or Never's based on, isn't it? It's now or never. Come hold me tight, kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight, tomorrow. So I think that's going to be quite a nice record to listen to. Probably not going to be something I'll listen to every day, but I do know quite a few of the songs on here. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah, Mario Lanza. Wasn't he touted as having one of the best voices ever at one time? So that is my Stepdad's record collection part 3. Now that was a bit of a mixed bag, wasn't it? You got rockabilly, you got swing, you got Michael Jackson, you got Ace of Base. Not necessarily things in there that I would have expected to have been in my stepfather's record collection. But it's just nice to look at these and get information off you lot out there. So if you know any information on any of these records that I've showed you, please drop me a line. If you've liked the video, as always, please just give me a thumbs up, because that helps promote the video to a wider audience, and the channel itself. You know, I do like doing these videos, showing you something different, but 90% of the time it's going to be Beatles. But I know not everybody that watches my channels, believe it or not, do like the Beatles, so they do like something a little bit different every now and again. And it just shows you what's out there, or what your parents was listening to, or what's in your parents or your older brothers or your older sisters' record collections. And like I say, I was gifted all this, so to me, whether they're worth anything or not is immaterial, because like I say, they won't be getting sold. It's just nice to share things like this with you lot out there and hear what you think of them. Uh, you know, if you've got any information on them, though, please let me know. Please let me know, especially some of the artists and things like that. Yeah, so until the next time, peace, love, and happiness to everybody out there. If you're out and about in the UK, please stay safe, because it started to rain as I'm recording this now, and the trees are still going like that. So, be very, very careful if you're out and about. Stay tuned. There's a lot more videos to come. I've got a few things coming in the post, which a couple of them are quite different and not necessarily something you'd expect Beatle Dave to be putting on his channel. Although having said that, is this the sort of thing you'd expect Beatle Dave to be putting on his channel? See, it's all one wide thing. It is mainly the Beatles, but it's about record collecting as well. So until the next time, whatever you're doing, remember, Beatle Dave loves each and every one of you. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and like I say, if you could just do me the courtesy of leave me a thumbs up, and if you've got any comments, please leave them below, and I will try to answer each and every one of them if I can. Okay, that's it for today, folks. So cheers, everybody. Stay safe. Remember, Beatle Dave loves you. Bye.